Imagine waking up tomorrow morning and feeling an unfamiliar lightness in your chest, a surge of energy that carries you through the day without the heavy, dragging fatigue you have grown accustomed to. Most people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s believe that feeling tired, foggy, and sluggish is simply the inevitable price of getting older. They accept the aches and the breathlessness as a standard part of their existence. But what if I told you that for the price of a simple grocery item that costs roughly $2, you could spark a biological change in your cardiovascular system that many doctors would call extraordinary? I am talking about a method that has been observed to help clear the pathways of your circulatory system, improve your blood flow, and revitalize your heart health in as little as 30 days. Before we dive into the science behind this, please take a moment to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone who needs to hear this life-changing information today. If you have ever felt like your energy levels were tied to a sinking anchor, let me know in the comment section below which specific time of day you feel the most exhausted. Your participation helps me tailor these lessons to your real-world needs. My name is Dr. Harrison Blake, and for the past 15 years, my life has been dedicated to untangling the complex web of cardiovascular health. I have spent my career treating patients who felt they had nowhere else to turn, observing thousands of clinical outcomes, and researching the intersection of simple, nature-based habits and modern medical science. My goal here is not to sell you a miracle in a bottle, but to provide you with a blueprint for a healthier, more vibrant life using the foundational principles of physiology. I believe that true longevity is achieved when we stop fighting our bodies and start giving them the tools they were designed to use. Let us start by addressing the elephant in the room, cholesterol. When we hear the word, we immediately think of danger, blockage, and hospitals. But cholesterol is not inherently an enemy. It is a vital building block that your body uses to create hormones, vitamin D, and the protective sheaths around your nerve cells. The problem arises when this substance becomes oxidized and accumulates in the lining of your arteries, creating what we call plaque. Imagine your arteries are like the pipes in your home. Over decades of improper diet, chronic stress, and inactivity, these pipes start to build up a layer of plaque. When that layer gets too thick, the flow of blood slows down. That is, when your heart has to work twice as hard just to keep you going, leading to that constant fatigue and the risk of more serious cardiovascular events. The $2 solution I want to talk about today is the power of soluble fiber. When you consume high-quality soluble fiber, found in foods like oats, beans, lentils, and certain fruits, it acts like a sponge in your digestive tract. It binds the bile acids, which are made of cholesterol, and carries them out of your system as waste. Your liver then has to pull cholesterol from the bloodstream to create more bile, effectively lowering your circulating levels. It is a brilliant, natural mechanism that has been overlooked by many who are searching for complex pharmaceutical fixes. Now, you might be wondering why this seems so simple. The reason is that we have become a society that prizes complexity. We want the most expensive test, the newest medication, and the most complicated procedure. But the human body often thrives on simplicity. When you introduce a significant, steady intake of soluble fiber, you are essentially conducting a daily cleaning process for your circulatory system. The key here is consistency. You cannot eat a bowl of oatmeal once and expect a miracle. You have to commit to this as a daily habit, much like brushing your teeth. Let us look at the timeline. In the first week, your digestive system begins to adapt. By the second week, your blood sugar levels begin to stabilize. This is crucial because high blood sugar is a silent contributor to arterial inflammation. When your sugar is stable, your body is not constantly releasing insulin, which helps reduce the systemic inflammation that makes your arteries sticky and prone to trapping cholesterol. By the third week, many of my patients report a noticeable decrease in their afternoon energy crashes. This is a direct result of improved cardiovascular efficiency. Your heart is not struggling as hard to pump blood to a system that is becoming clearer. By the fourth week, the cumulative effect is often profound. The data suggests that for those who stick to the protocol, there is a measurable improvement in their lipid profiles and a significant reduction in the markers of arterial stress. I want to be very clear about one thing. This is not an excuse to ignore your doctor or stop taking necessary medication. This is a powerful science-backed lifestyle intervention meant to complement your existing health care. It is about taking the steering wheel of your own life. When you provide your body with the right inputs, it knows exactly how to heal itself. We have forgotten that we have a biological superpower stored right in our own cells, waiting to be activated by the right environment. Let us talk about the practical application. How do you implement this without making your life complicated? Start your day with a high-fiber breakfast. It does not have to be fancy. A bowl of steel-cut oats, perhaps topped with a handful of flax seeds or berries, provides a massive amount of the soluble fiber needed to kickstart that bile-binding process I mentioned earlier. If you're not a fan of oats, look toward legumes. Adding a cup of black beans or lentils to your lunch or dinner is one of the most effective ways to boost your fiber intake. The cost is negligible, often pennies per serving, yet the impact on your long-term health is priceless. Many people ask me if they should take supplements instead. While supplements can bridge a gap, they often lack the complex matrix of nutrients found in whole foods. When you eat a lentil, you're getting fiber, protein, antioxidants, and minerals all working together. You are getting the whole package. Nature designed these foods to work in harmony. When we isolate one compound, we often lose the synergistic effect that makes these foods so powerful for reversing the negative trends of aging. Let us shift our focus to the role of hydration. You can consume all the fiber in the world, but if you are chronically dehydrated, that fiber will not be able to move efficiently through your digestive tract. Think of fiber as a broom. It needs water to sweep the floor effectively. If you do not drink enough water, the broom just sits there, unable to do its job. Aim for at least 2 liters of water throughout the day. This simple, free change will amplify the effects of your fiber intake tenfold. We should also discuss the enemy of progress: sitting. We spend so much time in chairs and on sofas that our muscles, which are the engines of our metabolism, essentially go to sleep. When your muscles are dormant, they do not efficiently use the glucose in your blood, and they do not support the healthy circulation required to keep your arteries clear. You do not need to run a marathon. A 20-minute brisk walk after your meal can change how your body processes that food. It forces your muscles to consume the glucose and keeps your blood flowing smoothly, preventing the stagnation that leads to plaque buildup. I have seen people in their 70s completely transform their energy levels by simply walking for 20 minutes a day and increasing their intake of legumes and oats. It is not because they found a magic potion. It is because they stopped providing their bodies with the conditions for disease and started providing the conditions for health. The 30-day mark is usually the turning point. By then, the new habits have started to replace the old ones. The resistance you feel in the first week starts to fade as your body realizes it feels better when it is fueled correctly. One of the most important things I tell my patients is to track their progress, but not just through numbers on a lab report. Track how you feel. Do you wake up easier? Is your brain fog lifting? Are you less irritable by the end of the day? These subjective measures are just as important as your cholesterol count because they represent your quality of life. Longevity is not just about staying alive longer. It is about living with vitality throughout those years. Let us recap the core strategy. First, prioritize soluble fiber through whole foods like oats, beans, and lentils. This is your $2 tool for cleaning your internal pipes. Second, ensure you are drinking enough water so this fiber can do its work. Third, integrate movement after your meals to keep your metabolic engines running. Finally, be consistent. This is not a sprint. It is a restoration of your body's natural rhythm. I see many people struggle because they try to do too much at once. They change their entire diet, start an aggressive workout plan, and try to change their sleep schedule all in one day. That is a recipe for failure. Choose one thing. Start with the fiber. Once that becomes a habit that you do not even have to think about, add the walking. Then focus on your hydration. By building these blocks slowly, you ensure that the changes are permanent. You are not just trying to survive the next 30 days. You're building a foundation for the next 30 years. A common question I receive is about the role of healthy fats. People are often terrified of all fats, but the right fats, like those found in avocados, olive oil, and raw nuts, are essential for cardiovascular health. They help regulate your cholesterol and provide the building blocks for the hormones that fight inflammation. My advice is to replace the processed hydrogenated oils found in packaged snacks with these natural, healthy fats. It is a simple trade that pays huge dividends for your heart and your brain. If you are feeling overwhelmed, remember that you are not alone in this journey. Thousands of people are currently working on their health just like you, taking small steps every single day toward a better version of themselves. You do not have to be perfect to be successful. You just have to be better than you were yesterday. If you slip up and have a day where your diet is not perfect, do not throw in the towel. Just get back on track with your next meal. That resilience is what separates those who achieve long-term health from those who get stuck in a cycle of frustration. Think about the long-term perspective. In 10 years, what kind of body do you want to live in? Do you want a body that is restricted by past neglect, or do you want a body that is fueled by the positive choices you are making today? The choices you make in the grocery store and the habits you form in your kitchen are the most powerful medicine you have access to. Doctors can write prescriptions, but only you can choose what goes into your body every day. That is where the real power lies. I want to challenge you to view your health as a garden. You would not expect a garden to flourish if you never watered it, never pulled the weeds, and never added nutrients to the soil. Your body is exactly the same. The soluble fiber, the water, and the movement are the nutrients and the care that allow your vital systems to flourish. It takes time, patience, and a bit of effort, but the harvest is a life lived with energy, clarity, and strength. As we reach the conclusion of this discussion, I want you to remember that the most profound changes in life usually come from the simplest acts performed consistently. You do not need a medical degree to understand that your body responds to the fuel you provide and the activity you demand of it. By focusing on the fundamentals, fiber, hydration, and movement, you are doing more for your cardiovascular system than many people achieve in a lifetime of searching for shortcuts. The 30-day challenge is not meant to be the end of your journey. It is the beginning. Once you experience the surge in energy and the improvement in your physical state, you will not want to go back to the way you were living before. You will understand that this life of vitality is your natural state, and you will protect it. Do not let another day pass where you feel like a passenger in your own body. Take the wheel. Start today. Buy those oats. Incorporate those beans. And start that 20-minute walk. Your future self will thank you for the commitment you are making right now. If you found value in this video and want to continue learning how to optimize your health naturally, please make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I release new content regularly to help you navigate the complexities of health with simple, actionable, and science-based advice. Share this with your friends and family. We all deserve to live with more energy and less fear about our health. Do not forget to check the comments and let me know your thoughts, and keep the conversation going. You have the power to change your life, and I am here to help you every step of the way. Thank you for watching, and stay healthy, stay curious, and keep taking those small, consistent actions that lead to big, lasting results. Your journey to a healthier heart and a more energized life starts with the very next choice you make. Make it a good one.